Okay, okay. The recording's in progress. I'm here with that's Chris Mitchell, and
Hi.
I'm here with Carey Yost,
Hello.
two luminaries, two of the great stars in the cartoon firmament of Holly
Oh,
of
God.
Los Angeles and mainstream animation. Just two of the greats. Um, and we're here to talk about just about anything. I think we started talking about cuddling.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
That's what we're going
Pat,
to discuss. For 2 hours, we're going to just discuss cuddling.
well, you know, it's helpful. What are you drinking, Chris? What are you making?
Vodka. No,
No,
water.
no.
I need water.
Oh, I was gonna say
I got to stay hydrated.
you better have enough for everybody.
That's not
So
exciting. It's just water.
no, that's pretty exciting. I didn't give you guys there are no ground rules, but I don't edit these things. So
Okay,
and
that's good to know right now.
yeah,
After
and Carrie was concerned that there's stuff that you shouldn't say, but then he realized
Don't say
it was for
stuff.
TikTok.
Oh, okay.
He was giving me the TikTok rules, but I don't think those rules really apply to me.
I guess not, now that you mention it.
I mean, if we're not on TikTok, then who cares? I
No,
There are
say,
two different. Sorry.
we're not on TikTok. This is for YouTube, man. I'm old school. So where well these are things that I don't know. Where Carrie, where did you go to school? I know where Chris went.
Well,
Art
we both
school.
went to CalArts. If you're
Did you go
talking
to
about
CalArts?
yes,
our
we did. We
yeah,
were in the same class.
Oh
yeah,
shit.
yeah.
Okay, that was gonna be a
Yeah.
question. I didn't know when you guys met. I didn't know where you guys met.
Yeah, that's when we met, and we were in the same class.
How many people were in our class? About 20 people, and that year at
No,
CalArts, we were
I
like,
think there was only like I think there was only dude, I think there was really only like yeah, like 20 something people.
yeah.
Who else
We
was in
were
the
one of the smaller classes, Stephen. We were the class before us was like twice as big.
No, the class right after us.
Well, the sophomores when we were freshmen, they were big. They were like 40 plus or something, I think. Right?
They increased the enrollment and a lot of the teachers were mad like the year after us.
Oh,
That was Gindy's year. Gindy and Kelman and those
oh,
guys
that's how
were
they let all those guys in.
yeah, and then
Wow,
their
that
class was
explains a
double
lot.
ours, which was 60. So our class must have been like close to like it was like 20 something or 30. Yeah.
By the way, we're
30
joking,
max.
Gendy. You were one of the good ones.
It's okay, Gendy
But
won't
the
look,
rest of those
Chris.
guys, you know
Gendy
what I'm
won't
saying? Like, ooh,
Gendy won't even look because he'll see your names and he'll just
true.
pass it he'll just
That's
pass
like,
it by. Who else was
yeah.
in your class?
Um,
Mike
Mucci,
Cachuela,
David Mucci Fassett, Mike
Steve
Cachuela,
Anderson.
Nathan Stanton
Yes.
was my roommate for a while.
Sean Edberg, Julian Chaney, Robert Ramirez.
Mhm.
Uh,
I'm just gonna say Steve Anderson, James
I said him
Lopez.
already. I said Steve Anderson.
Did
You already
you?
said that,
Yes.
He
Carrie.
needs to be said twice, though.
Yeah, but you're repeating
Okay.
yourself, Carrie.
Say it
You
twice.
know
I'm repeating myself.
we're concerned about you
Keck
Um,
and your
Singleton,
memory
I'm repeating what
bank.
you're saying, actually.
Tom Owens, Keck Singleton.
Right, Kex.
Yeah.
Uh,
Tommy Owens.
Tom
Tommy
Owens.
Owens. Yeah.
Also, and
yeah.
He
Tommy
worked with us
Owen.
on Ren and Stimpy too, remember?
He worked with us on Ren and Stimpy. Yeah, Tommy's a cool guy, and I haven't thought about him to talk about him with this
Brett, and did we
shit.
say Brett Varian? You might have already said Brett
Oh yeah,
Varian.
Brett. No, I didn't say Brett Varian. Brett Varian.
Yeah.
What do you remember about meeting each other?
Tom Pope.
Tom Pope, right. Oh, wait. Who was the guy who liked to do really intense eldritch kind of horror animation
I
like
don't know. Who was that?
like Geiger. So we're
Blair
not
Wolf.
Geiger, but you know what I mean?
Blair Wolf.
Like Call of Cthulhu kind of stuff.
Was it Blair
Oh,
Wolf?
Blair Wolf would no, he wasn't in our class, was he?
I don't remember. Wolf.
Blair? He
Yeah.
might have been.
Larry Whitaker.
Larry Whitaker. Larry Whitaker. If
Larry
you're out
Whitaker.
there.
Hey, remember he was all into like Roger Rabbit and stuff, and he talked like
Yeah, we were all into Roger. Let's be honest. We were all losers. I'm not implying that you're a loser if you're into Roger Rabbit, by the way.
I'm not a
No,
Rabbit
Roger Rabbit just
much.
came out and it was huge right
I think
before.
Yeah, that was the
Larry
thing back
actually
then.
did like a really good Roger Rabbit impersonation.
He did.
Yeah,
Really?
yeah,
What'd that sound like?
nailed it. I can't do it. You
Oh,
can
He said
listen to
it
Roger
sounded
Rabbit.
like
I, thankfully, the audio cut out right when you did like the loudest.
it did, but that made it funnier, actually.
Actually did.
What do you
I
guys
like
remember
peaked.
about?
I
When did you
peaked
meet?
the like at the threshold
No,
basically.
no, no. What class did you meet in?
What class? What?
I
What?
mean, the entire class, like every class, you were in every class together with
Yeah,
each
we
Yeah,
other?
were
I mean,
in class of 1990. I mean, we were like the same year. We were
any
like,
kind of liberal arts class, like if we were doing literature, anything normal school stuff, which they offer because people try to get degrees there, which is crazy to me. But we probably wouldn't have shared unless, by chance we found each other in that class.
I
But
see.
any
what-
animation curriculum class, yeah, we didn't learn to read. Any animation curriculum class, we were in every single one together with our 20 something classmates.
I gotcha.
Yeah. So and our favorite class is probably, was it Monday morning only, or was it every morning? It was every morning with um with oh my God.
with
You're not
Bob
gonna cut that
Winquist?
out, and that's
With
fine.
Bob?
Bob Winquist, thank you. And yeah, that was probably the best one for me. That was very heady. That was a
Yeah,
Eh,
heady
I mean,
environment.
he was a great teacher.
what
Yeah.
did he teach?
He
A
taught
design.
design and he was the head of the department.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
he had a sort of storied career in live action film, and he designed props, and he also did design the schematics. I'm not sure exactly how, but he helped design Disneyland, like particularly the sort of the main street and as it leads up to Cinderella's castle.
Oh shit.
The kind of like the sort of like he was a designer. So it's like anything
Yeah.
that kind of leads you or draws your eye. He
And he
did things like
designed
a Tide
he
box.
designed he designed like Rolls-Royce colors, like he would pick the colors for them, or
Wow.
or he designed like Chanel perfume bottles or something like that too. Like I remember
He would do things in his own script. Like if he just writes something, and that's $30,000.
Damn.
You know,
I've designed a couple Popeye shirts. I don't know if you boys know that.
yeah, I got
Uh,
one. I'm
oh,
wearing
are
it.
you kidding me?
that's my claim to
Look,
fame. Oh, Chris is wearing one.
I'm wearing
everybody
it.
knows that.
I hadn't even.
Oh, it like blurred out. Like it was censored.
Come on, show us your torso again, Chris. We missed
Let's
that.
It
go.
censored my torso. It wouldn't allow it.
Yeah.
Too risque.
I don't think we're allowed to show torsos on YouTube.
Yeah.
So,
You
what
have
did
to go
you?
to Torso Tube to watch
So,
that.
right. But you guys took to each other right away. I'm assuming you
Yeah,
seem.
we got along good. Like
Yeah,
we
yeah.
used to talk all the time. Like yeah. Like
Yeah.
I did
I
a
think
voice in your first year cartoon. I did the the
you
main
did.
character.
You did.
Yeah.
You
And I did
did.
it in a really horrible British accent.
Oh, it's great. I
All
still
right.
have the soundtrack.
Oh,
So
Give it to
amazing.
us.
yeah.
Give it to us, Carrie. I think all
I
the
can't.
world
Do
is.
it.
No.
Do
No, I
it.
can't. I'm
Remember
sorry.
you all like okay, yeah. Oh, Patrick. Remember you were
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
like
Yeah. We had to
Oh,
push that really. I hope we pushed it far enough because that's the
yeah.
only way to do that is to make it.
We were younger then too, so your voice could go higher. Like now,
That's
as
right.
we
Yeah,
yeah.
that's right. I do remember the first line.
yeah.
How's it coming along? Or something.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Wow. Now,
You got me to do it.
do you
Yeah, that
still
was
have
pretty good.
this?
You still have
You still have it, Chris?
I still have the soundtrack, yeah. I have it
Where's
on I have a digital file of it actually because I had
Wow.
for some reason like we worked back then we worked actually with like
Digital.
magnetic tape like so
Yeah.
the soundtrack was actually on mag. So
wow.
what they call like so we'd have to put it through the editing machine, like the editing bay, like so you actually had like reel to reel, like and it would
Right.
do the whole thing, yeah. And
Right.
and but then
Wham, wham.
for some reason I transferred that to cassette tape somehow back in the day.
Okay.
So then I found the cassette tape at some
Wow.
point in whenever I had like Pro Tools, like I guess in the early 2000s, and then I just like transferred the cassette tape to
Because
digital.
you're a technological beast.
Yeah,
Chris is pretty. He's pretty tech
I
savvy.
can press the buttons. Boop, 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 boop,
Yeah,
boop.
yeah. He got computers.
He's good at it.
Computer.
How long was
He's
your
good at
short?
computers. What's that?
How
That
long
was actually
was?
my second year because our first year, Carey, remember, was we did silent films.
Oh, right. That
Yeah,
would have been year two.
yeah,
Crazy.
that was
Okay.
year two. So
You're
then,
right.
that movie actually mine was like 7 minutes at the time. Now all the CalArts shorts are like 7 minutes or like 20 minutes or
Oh,
something. But at the time, like I remember the sound guys saying like this was like the most ambitious like and the
yeah.
longest like soundtrack that they had gotten to like mix and
Yeah.
stuff.
It was
Like
pretty
Wow.
epic. It was like a
yeah.
pilot. I'm surprised you
Yeah.
didn't use it as a pilot somewhere.
I
What
mean
was it
I
about?
should pitch it now. Like
What was it
Yeah.
about? Chris, what
it
was it
was,
about?
it was
It
about
was
like these
like
two, it was
foppish
kind of
English gentlemen and their flying machines. Sorry, go
yeah,
ahead.
it was kind of like that. They were like kind of like Jules Verne kind of like
Yeah.
adventures that like went like
Before it
Victorian.
was incredibly uncool.
Yeah.
It's
Now it's really uncool,
like
but like
steampunk hadn't
yeah.
happened.
Yeah,
Right.
actually it was way before steampunk, right?
Did
Yeah, but
did you
Baron Munchausen had come out. Sorry, what's that?
Yeah.
did you finish it? Did you finish it, Chris? The
I
short?
I kind of finished it, but it was pretty like crapped out. Like I remember like Mark Kennedy, who was like my roommate at the time. He's some of you
Oh,
guys might know because he's like the head of the story department at Disney or whatever, I think, or like
Oh
he's one of
yeah.
the lead guys over there. But we went to high school together and we were friends. Like we've been friends for a long time. But he he got
he's actually a good
like
animator.
yeah, well, he did one scene, but he like totally crapped it out so fast for me. Like, and it's super funny if you watch it, like, because it's supposed to be the flying machine going through, but it's like
Uh,
it goes like so fast. Like,
oh no,
Where
Mark, come
where can
on, man.
where can I see that?
I only have like it on film.
Oh,
I still have a film copy, 16 millimeter of the actual film,
It's
but I
like the thief and the cobbler of CalArts animation.
yeah.
oh no, but send me the sound file. I want to listen to it.
Okay, yeah.
Did you
I should put the sound file. I should like make a new animatic with the boards because I have all the boards still. Like
It's
I should
totally
yeah,
actually,
worthwhile.
yeah.
Yeah.
we should finish
It's
that and put it on YouTube. We'll talk about that
it's
later,
actually
boys.
cool. Like yeah, Mike Bell did a voice too. Remember?
Yeah.
And
Did
And then
you
your friend, I can't remember your friend's name who did Pertwee.
yeah, Mark Kynes. Like
Right. And he did like an incredible, like, sort of Cockney,
yeah.
beleaguered Cockney.
Yeah, he's a live action director
Accent.
now, so he's like directed a
Oh,
few
wow.
movies actually. Yeah.
Oh.
damn, I like a
Yeah,
little,
with Melanie
you know,
Linsky was in one of his movies. You know, she was in she's in Yellow Jackets right now, but
Oh,
she was in Heavenly Creatures. Like she's like
oh, gotcha.
the Peter Jackson movie. She's like the
Oh,
sort
I
of
know who you're talking
editor.
about now. Yeah, she's fantastic. Yeah, I love
Yeah,
her.
yeah,
Yeah.
she's a really good actress. But she's actually in his second movie or something. Yeah.
huh.
You're
Um,
supposed to say that about every Hollywood actress, by the or actor. Oh
are
yeah,
you?
she's fantastic.
She's
I
fantastic. Oh
love
my
that.
God. Oh, I loved her in that.
Such
And
Listen,
great
then
work.
you say the wrong movie.
look, I'm a New Yorker, and all they suck, all of them. And all those
Oh,
people you're mentioning suck because they're
you're
not
from New York. You don't
fantastic.
have to work with them.
You know, we're all jaded and
And
dark souled kind of
everything
people.
sucks.
What
Like
Carrie,
Lou Reed.
what was your film? Chris, did you do a voice for Carrie's
Oh my
film?
God. So I did the first year film was a chain reaction yawn at a card table. I don't know what I was thinking.
Okay, I
But
get that.
I finished it. Second year, I started working on
Was
a
that the
home
mouse one?
rat character. Yeah, a
Yeah, the
mouse
rat.
rat or
Yeah.
something. Called it Rat Race, so I think it was a rat. And just didn't
You
finish
didn't
it.
finish it,
And then
right?
the year three, I was collaborating um with Mike Mitchell on a series of vignettes about a guy going from sort of bar to club trying to like fit in, and each one he makes like a terrible mistake and everybody hates him. Again, unfinished. So yeah, I have like a
So I see a
terrible
pattern.
track record of filming. What's that?
I said I
Really?
see a pattern here, Carey.
What is the pattern? I'm not seeing it. I don't know if I see
The
it
pattern of
correct.
nothing, the pattern of not getting it done.
Yeah. That's what
Oh, you
Pattern-
guys.
but
Also,
yeah,
the
but
pattern of very distracted at art school.
What was distracting you, Carrie?
Drugs, parties, hanging out with
See,
friends. I
I
did
didn't.
draw a lot. So I went to life drawing and I knew I had to like kind of get my yeah, I know I said drugs.
Yeah,
So
that's gonna get me kicked off the air
shit. I mean
right
shoot.
there.
Shoot. Yeah, like I
how
knew that I
dare you
had
say?
that,
But
that
we're
it was
saying
I
it's
should probably
bad.
work on my
It's
chops
bad,
as an
kids.
artist. So
Do
I was
not
like,
do.
yeah, don't do it. Don't be like me. Um, yeah, it's a miracle actually that I was able to find employment after that. But I did, and I did take it seriously to some extent. But then also, God knows, I was very distracted by pot.
It's because you went to go work on Rover Dangerfield, right?
Yeah, I worked on Rover Dangerfield, which is
Yeah.
the bunch of Disney animators or
Yeah.
former erstwhile Disney animators.
Was that
Um,
was that your first job?
that was my first full-time job. I did freelance on the Ren and Stimpy pilot.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
And
mostly in
then
between cleanup and in betweens, basically for Jim Smith scenes.
and then I
Like
have a funny story about Rover Dangerfield. Remember, Carey? Because I
what
because I
happened?
actually got hired on Rover Dangerfield.
You did?
Yeah, and they had a desk for me all set up and everything, and I was starting, and
Oh
then
no.
I went to go work on Family Dog instead, and
Oh my God, Chris, you
and they
son of
were
a.
like, "Where are you? You're supposed to be starting." And I was like such an idiot. Like I was like, "Oh, shit, that's right. I was starting today. I'm at another job right now."
Amazing.
Like, what? So
Yeah.
whenever my students now tell me about things that they're doing, and I'm like, what? Are you guys nuts? Like, then I remember that I
Yeah.
was a total idiot too. Like when I was,
Yeah. Yeah.
like,
You were.
yeah.
So
Well, we all were. That was our job back then, was to be
back then, yeah.
morons.
Was
You couldn't get ahead unless you were a complete idiot.
It's true. And I don't know, it always feels like animation was incredibly forgiving back then. I mean, if you were
Yeah,
working
it's
at a power
insane.
plant and you didn't show up for 2 weeks, you'd be fired. But
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
like I know lots of people, stories of people that you would know that like didn't show up for 2 weeks and they just got another job someplace else the week after.
Oh, pray tell, who are you
No,
speaking of?
I'm not talking about no, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about Shaft. So,
Um,
but yeah, I mean that's crazy. But back
yeah.
then there was just so much work too. There was just
Yeah, there was an abundance, and then, but it still was a bad idea to behave the way I behaved, I'm pretty sure. I think
Oh
when I was
yeah. I
working on
mean,
Ren and
me
Stimpy,
too. Me too. Ren and
and
Stimpy was like the worst, right? Like we
I was doing something for Son of Stimpy, or Stimpy's First Fart. I don't know what it's called.
I don't know what it's called
Um,
anymore.
but and I had the boogers under the bench scene.
Oh, okay.
Stimpy's talking to the boogers. He's like asking them if they've seen his son,
Yeah.
and they think he's crazy. He's like talking to farts, man. He's crazy.
Yeah.
And I was grossed out by it, and so I decided, like, yeah, I'm gonna pass. I'm not gonna do this scene. And I had to
Oh
walk through
shit.
John Chris Felucci's office to get to the basement of my own office. And one day I walked through, and he said, "What about that scene, Carey? You're gonna do that scene?" And I was like, "I don't think so, John." And I said, "Bye," and I went into the and then I think they sort of tightened the screws. I'm not sure if that's when he decided he was going to fire me, and maybe Bob Camp talked him out of it. That could be confusing. Like that might have been a separate incident, but I think it
because
became
it happens
clear
so
that I
often.
needed to do it, and then to reward me for being a complete jackass, he pitched it like it did a really energetic pitch, so he could really get me like
Excited.
sort of to buy into that sequence, and I did end up
Yeah.
doing it. Yeah.
You didn't buy in
I
still?
really didn't want to draw good boogers. I just like was not into it. There's a lot of
Yeah.
gross stuff in Ren and Stimpy. I was just like, nah, pass.
That's funny because I would have said you'd be the guy to do that scene. You just really
Because
strike me
I'm
as
disgusting. Yeah.
you strike me as the booger guy. I don't know why.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah.
I'd probably more likely do it now, but still I wouldn't have loved it. I think anatomy, like the kind of stuff that Chris did, like the interior of a mouth or something like that, that's pretty fascinating. I think and he was so good at that. We're talking about Chris Riccardi, if I wasn't
Recording.
fair enough.
Yeah.
He did like a lot of the interiors of mouths in the Ren's toothache short.
Okay.
And I think he even said, he's like, I just want to draw this for the rest of my life. I just want to draw really grotesque anatomical anomalies and just make books of it. Uh, but
Chris could have done
he
that.
didn't. He didn't, and we're all the better.
No, he didn't, but he could have. I mean,
Could have. Yeah,
he
he
could
had
have
it in
done
him.
that shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he had
Oh, and it would have looked good.
It would have looked
yeah,
amazing.
it would
Yeah.
have.
So was
Yeah.
Ren and Stimpy your second job, Carey?
Residency was my second full-time job. Yeah, because so when I finished, we finished the movie Rover Dangerfield for Hyperion Studios, coming out on VHS in 1989 or maybe 91. I'm not sure. Um, but yeah, I went to Ren and Stimpy. They had already, I think there were like maybe one or two episodes in. They were still doing stuff for the first episode. Obviously, the pilot had been completed like a year before.
Uh-huh.
Um, and yeah, and I got there, and I think Lynn was there for maybe 2 more weeks. Jim Gomez had already left. It was like a little bit of like um, it was a little intense. There wasn't like it wasn't a super positive, happy vibe, but it was a very
Already.
engaging, and it was funny at times, and it was insane, and it was exciting. But it wasn't like, hey, it's cool, everybody's just chilling.
What
Definitely
was
was not
exciting
that.
about it? Like,
Well, it was exciting. I mean, from my perspective, I knew that that was the place to be, that all the artists were maybe the ones that I respected the most in the business at that time. They were doing something unusual and kind of groundbreaking, and that was pretty clear.
right.
My own tastes were sort of like going that direction. I really loved like Bugs Bunny cartoons and stuff at that time and shorts and wanted to learn how to do that. Um, and
Why, what were
so,
your
yeah, when I
tastes?
got there, I was like, I can't believe I'm here. This is amazing. And
What were
then
your tastes before that then?
what's that?
What were your tastes?
I think I was always interested in Bugs Bunny, but I imagined when I first started getting interested in animation that I would be a Disney animator.
Yeah, I have heard that before. People have told me that before. It's funny. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's funny
and I
how
like
you
Don Bluth. I loved The Secret of Nim and Dragon's Lair with Chris, and I talked about this recently. But Dragon's Lair was a very formative
Yeah.
experience for us.
what was your goal getting into CalArts, Chris? What like did you see yourself as like a serious Disney artiste or like just to work or
Oh yeah, fully. I was like super into Disney stuff.
yeah.
Actually, I think when I was at well, it's kind of weird because I think when I first got to CalArts, I was really into Disney stuff and Bluth. Like I think, like Carey was saying, like I think it's weird that I think Bluth doesn't get enough uh like credit in a way because like
I agree.
for
Yeah.
a short period of time, I guess it was relatively short, but
Hmm.
like Bluth was really pretty influential. Like a lot of
Hmm.
they were the only real serious competition for Disney, but the thing
Right.
is that the stuff that they were doing was a little bit like darker, I guess, like
Right.
based on
Hmm.
dark, like Secret of Nim and stuff. So like, uh, yeah, it was a little bit like heavier and darker, like
Yeah.
and like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
uh, and just the but quality wise was like insanely good, like or that was the
Yeah.
promise at the time.
Yeah.
I
Of
mean, I
course,
guess
we
Yeah.
know
that
they pretty much like fizzled out, but like,
right.
uh,
Yeah.
But
sadly,
I guess that makes now that I think of it, it makes sense because like pre Ren and Stimpy, like what was there? Like, DuckTales and
Yeah.
what was there to aspire to, really, aside from
Just
like
before that,
Disney?
yeah, there
well,
was nothing.
Tiny
There was
Toons
like
had come out. Sorry, go ahead, Chris.
no, I don't think Tiny Toons had come out when I was in high school yet. Like it was like Gummy Bears was out, like
Oh, you're
and
talking
then
about
Yeah,
high
that
school.
and then Mighty Mouse had
right.
come out when
Mighty
I
Mouse
was
is
in high school, and
and
that
Pee Wee's
was
Playhouse.
huge. Yeah,
Yeah.
Pee-wee's Playhouse and Mighty Mouse were like
Yeah.
fucking awesome. And I
Yeah,
think
yeah, yeah.
that's why like we kind of knew that stuff. And then when Ren and Stimpy started up, people were like, "Oh, this is the fucking shit, man. This is the place we should go to." Because
Yeah.
Mighty Mouse had already and the I guess the Rolling Stone video that like John had directed, like all
Right.
that
The
stuff was like
Harlem
Right.
Shuffle.
he was kind of in the zeitgeist, like and
Yeah.
then I feel like yeah, he was like the cool, like he did the opening titles for like Troop Beverly Hills or whatever
Yeah.
it was,
That's
right?
right.
Like and yeah, so he was like that. I think he did that with the Croyers. So like
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I think the Croyer studio was also cool. Um and
Yeah. There were a
I
couple studios that were like that. Yeah.
yeah, like they were like a cool indie studio. And
Yeah.
I think what happened when I got to Cal Arts though is that although I still love like old Disney, I started to discover like all these like really designy kind of cartoons and uh like UPA and stuff, and like just
Yeah.
getting into like more not experimental animation, but just like stuff that was actually in my mind, I guess, just like a little bit more like
Sophisticated?
less
Yeah.
literal and more creative, like just
Yeah.
visually and stuff. And like I started to sort of lean in that direction. And the weird thing is that Ren and Stimpy is kind of that also. I think
Hmm.
people who are into like designy stuff kind of got into Ren and
Hmm.
Stimpy also, right? Because like
Yeah.
John really liked Hanna-Barbera and like
Mhm.
designy, like flat stuff and like weird,
Yeah.
and that
They
kind of came
they
into
had their own
yeah.
perspective. It was almost like a God, they were almost like they didn't like the snobby stuff. They were kind of blue collarish in their outlook. That was kind of something I think a lot of those top artists shared is like they didn't really want to mess with UPA.
Yeah.
Right.
I was gonna say fuck with, but I didn't. And I just want
You
to be
could.
acknowledged for that.
No,
Um,
that was good. I appreciate that.
yeah, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of the sort of like
I say
festival
that.
circuit stuff, but like anything that was like arty, that pissed them off. It wasn't even just that they weren't interested; they actually attacked it. And
Well, but when you say them, they like,
they, who the hell is they?
who the hell is they?
Actually, I would say in this respect, a lot of the guys who didn't necessarily share the same opinions later were on the same page. So I remember I sat next to Chris Riccardi and I remember listening to a conversation he was having with Bob Camp about like, oh yeah, what is it with these like Cal Arts guys that come in here with this like kind of fruity design stuff and it's like what is that? It's like UPA, but it's watered down. And like they were going on a whole tirade, and I did like one of those like peering over this. And Bob was like, "Look, there's one now." Um,
Well,
and
that's like John's. I mean, in retrospect, you can
yeah, they were
see
kind
what
of
a
reflecting his intolerance at the
yeah,
time.
and you
We
can
all did.
see
I did.
what kind of an a-hole actually picks on students anyway. Like
An asshole. That's the
Yeah,
if you think about a guy who's in the industry who's like going like, oh, here's these students coming out, look how shitty their artwork is. Like, I
yeah,
mean, that to me
yeah.
is like a fucking
Well, the insecurity was weird
yeah,
because he was
yeah, like
clearly he didn't need to even bother with trying to differentiate.
exactly. Yeah.
He was like way past having to like be competitive. But a lot of those guys were coming out. They were going to studios like Disney and Pixar, and they had like a lot of Cal Arts students who were really plugged in, and they would start with these very simple graphic styles because you could do more with the kind of schedule you were given to do a film at Cal Arts if you had really simple graphic characters. It's kind of that simple, I
yeah.
think. And a
Yeah.
lot of them oh cool, I can actually do a little bit of a UPA thing, and it's like limited animation. And I think what
But
offended,
nobody had that style though.
yeah, I mean, hadn't figured that out yet, actually. I was like
Yeah,
really
you
interested
didn't have that
in,
style, and like I didn't have that style when I first got there. And like
But your
Larry
stuff
Whitaker and
works
those
like
guys.
that kind. It was Disney-ish, but you had really good sense of like shape and proportion that reminds me of very stylized animation. But anyway,
Yeah, yeah. Well,
come
I'm
on.
just saying, like,
Let me finish the
no,
thought,
okay,
Chris.
okay, yeah,
God
yeah.
damn it.
But
Um,
don't, you guys, I'm trying to keep you apart. Don't fight quite yet. We're getting to that
no,
We're not
we got it
fighting.
all out of our system.
later. Oh, okay.
Gonna
Well,
like
I
a
don't know.
sneak
I
preview.
mean, I'm not around all the time, so I don't know what fighting between you two looks like.
We like
Um,
agree, like when
We
we're fighting, we're actually agreeing too, like most of the
yeah. We do a lot of backyard brawl like videos,
time.
like
We do
street
a lot of
beefs.
hobo fights. Like it's
Yeah.
me, me
Oh.
and me and Carey as homeless guys like fighting each
No,
other.
I thought we were the homeless guys.
really?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We
Unhoused,
are the
by the way,
homeless guys.
Chris. Oh my God, what the hell is going on? Jesus.
I don't know.
Um,
Just don't fight yet, man.
uh, yeah. We anyway, what were we talking about? So there was like I think it's in the interest of some personalities to make it look like there's a feud and there's schools of thought and to sort of divide and conquer that way because
Right.
that's sometimes how you get an identity of what is as much what you hate as what you love. And that was definitely the kind of thing that was going on at Spumco that
The
was a
kind of
bit
cult mentality.
yeah,
Like
it
he
was
was.
trickled down from the top, and we know who's doing the trickling.
Yeah.
There
I'm
was a lot of
saying
trickling back then.
there's a
Yeah.
lot of trickling.
I mean, it's funny to this day. I keep looking I keep, I'm going back and redrawing like 30-year-old drawings just because like there's something to do. And
Oh yeah.
and the thing that I always, I mean, maybe it was because I was yelled at, but the thing that always kind of strikes me about my drawings now is I'm religiously volumetric, I can't not draw with volumes and
That's
shape
fabulous.
because and when I say shape it has to have some weight to it,
Yeah,
because
yeah,
that was an edict from John, like,
yeah,
things could not be flat, and
yeah,
to this day I still do it, despite the fact that I mean it's harder to draw. I mean, it's easy to hide things in folds, It's hard to get
yeah,
correct, but it looks more correct because there's so much shit there. But it's
yeah,
hard to draw super simple, It's hard to do that
yeah.
that hyper stylized stuff.
Well,
You know,
I think the misconception is that like when it becomes simple, that the knowledge of like the volume isn't there because you still have to have the knowledge to do like really good like flat designs too. You have to understand anatomy and volume and everything, and then you're just basically like understanding what not to show or what not to put in, like
right.
what to leave out, essentially, like,
Yeah. Yeah,
um,
that's why
Or
I
like,
go
sorry.
ahead, Carrie.
I was just gonna say that Chris and I worked on Cloud with a Chance of Meatballs, and Chris, I mean, he did the titles, he was doing storyboards. He's like a perfect fit, but I think he came after we did like sort of a level of like trying to figure out what the style was going to be. And I couldn't get away from a volumetric perspective because for one thing, it was CG. I think Chris Miller and Phil Lord imagined they could do a really graphic, almost like cubist level animation. Maybe they could have, but there would have been a lot of struggling with that studio with the kind of the technology as they understood it. And I think the argument I made is like you would have to really, really go in there and just put a lot of work on every frame to make sure it looked like that. I was actually wrong in some cases because when they got Justin Thompson, he actually came up with a whole series of ideas of how to design things in a graphic way in 3 dimensions
Hmm.
as far as the environment. So the other thing we were talking about was like using Muppets, and Muppets are obviously like volumetric and 3D, but there's a graphic element to them. So there's like a kind of
Yeah.
like a compromise there that I loved. It's this sort of like it's graphic, it's volumetric, but I mean it also looks amazing. It has an amazing silhouette, has a very
Yeah.
distinctive silhouette.
Yeah.
And I looked at a lot of I'm sorry, like this is like I'm going off on one right now, but I looked at a lot of like classic UPA cartoons,
what are you bored?
and he
No,
like
go ahead.
he yawn coughed.
I'm
Um,
fascinated.
And and as you know, cartoons like Rudy Toot Toot were done by animators like Grim Knatwerk were
Or
worked on
network.
by those
Yeah.
guys. And that guy was like an insanely gifted volumetric animator who did so many
Yeah.
characters.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And they're not completely ignoring volume. There's volume all
No.
over.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I hesitate to say, I can't think of the correct word, but I hesitate to say volumetric because I know, like, yeah,
I know.
the UPA style, highly stylized cartoons are volumetric. It's just that, they're based more in simple shapes rather than anything else.
Yeah,
But you have to know
right.
where you have to know where the shit is. I'm trying to think folds. I can't think of a better way to put it. Like John was not obsessed. He wasn't wrong. It was right for Ren and Stimpy for sure. It was
Yeah,
just like, but things had to have a kind of a three-dimensional
yeah,
illusion or
yeah.
conceit or something like that. I mean, Ren's hand had to have, look like it was coming out in space rather than it was flat in space. I mean,
Right.
even stylized cartoons highly. I mean, I can't think of the right terminology. If anybody
Yeah.
can watching this, write to us, write to PO Box. No, I don't
P.O.
know.
Box, go fuck yourself. Um,
Yeah,
uh,
that's my PO box address
Uh,
is go fuck yourself. Wait,
um,
well, Chris, what were you watching when you were a kid?
I mean, a lot of the stuff I grew up with that I liked was either Disney, to be honest. Like I love Mickey Mouse comics, like the comics,
Do
like
you?
yeah,
the yeah.
That's
hell
fucked
yeah.
up. We never talked about that.
Yeah, I mean, those are like my favorite. I loved Fleischer cartoons. Like Fleischer stuff was like my absolute like favorite. For some reason, when I was a kid, I was like weird. I loved like 30s and 40s stuff, like movies too. Like I watched this show on PBS called Matinee at the Bijou,
Yeah,
and it
yeah,
was
yeah.
like
Oh
my
yeah, we
freaking
talked about this.
favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like my favorite show. Like so, like I love
Right.
to watch like old Flash Gordon serials and stuff too. Like, and
Right.
I mean, that's like way before my time, guys. Like, I'm old, but I'm not that old. So, like, for some reason,
That's
I
my
like.
time. Actually, I was there in
I,
real time to watch those.
I
Um,
love that stuff somehow. And then I grew up with a lot of like manga, like Japanese stuff, because I'm Japanese. It wasn't brought here yet, but I went to like Japanese bookstores in like Japantown or when I was in Japan, I'd get stuff. So I grew up with a lot of like Tezuka and like Leiji Matsumoto, the guy who did like Galaxy Express, was like one of my favorites. So like I have like a lot of those comics like from when I was a kid, and like we would get like Shonen Weekly magazine too, and so
your mom like subscribed to it for you,
yeah, like well
or you just
so
go to the
we would
store?
go to the Japanese
Oh, okay.
community and then they would have that stuff, and so like I
You just buy it wholesale or whatever.
yeah, it's not wholesale. Like Japanese people, like it was imported for them. But like back in the day, it wasn't like now, like where people were privy to it through the internet, like and like somebody posted, and now like everybody goes there. Like literally, like no white people or non-Japanese people would go to these places, like because it was like just for Japanese people, basically. Like
Yeah, I mean,
you know,
I was downtown here in
so
New York. I can't think of where, but like I just passed this. It was previously an empty storefront, and now it's a manga a store. For Gaijin. I mean, it's like
yeah.
it's not in Japantown or anything like that.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
now
Now,
it's
now
totally
that,
fucking mainstream. Yeah,
oh yeah, yeah, for sure. Back
yeah.
then though, it was like all like comics and the Japanese bookstore that was in Japantown in San Francisco, like I mean, it had tons of comics. Like I would just go there and spend like hours and hours. My mom would just literally back in the day, she would just leave me there and go watch some movies and stuff with her friends and then come back and I'm still in the book section reading. Of course, we were saying like she would get arrested if she did that now. Like
Right,
you can't leave your kid just like in the store for like
right,
3 hours or something, or whatever. But back then I could, and I was just like
right.
reading comics, and then so like yeah, I really liked. Huge fan of like Shotaro Ishinomori, he's like the guy who created like Mask Rider, Kamen Rider and Cyborg 009. And he was kind of like a Tezuka's assistant, so he has like a similar style as like Tezuka.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, I grew up like those were like my favorite stuff, and like anime too, like because I was watching Japanese shows uh, that nobody knew, like so I grew up with like Mazinga, like the all the giant robots and stuff. Like,
How are you watching that stuff? Because the only stuff that I knew, I mean, we had anime when I was growing up too, but it was like just, it was a little bit. So it was like Speed Racer and
yeah.
Gigantor and stuff like that. But I'm assuming you were seeing a lot more. How were you seeing it though? Like, was your mom getting you tapes?
No, well, we did have that too because we had like once videotapes came out. I guess I'm talking about like before videotapes even because
Yeah, that's why I'm wondering. Yeah.
before videotapes, like the Japanese community has like Japanese TV that's on. It was on like one of the syndicated networks, like Channel 44 or something or whatever,
Oh, okay.
and like on the weekend it was like Tokyo Television, and it was like a lot of the programs were coming in from Hawaii. They would get like brought in from Hawaii, but they had no subs or anything, or it wasn't translated. It was specifically just for like Japanese people. So like, I,
Right.
you know, we watched it all the time because my mom watched it. Like, that was like the only Japanese programming that they could watch, and
Right.
but yeah, but they would show uh like animation shows, so like I would watch like writing, and they even showed like the first Sentai Power Ranger show, Go Ranger, in like 1975. That would have been 1975
Wow.
that it was like showing. So
How old were you in 1975?
five.
I was gonna say you were a little shaver.
What
Yeah.
were you watching this on? I'm sorry, Kristen.
It was on like
Carrie fell
syndicated
asleep,
TV,
so
like on regular TV. Like
Yeah,
they would.
we had Channel 52 down here. I remember watching Giant Robot, Speed Racer, and then like Spaceship Yamamoto. That was kind of
Yeah, like it was kind of like that, but it wasn't in English. Like they would bring other shows that weren't in English. So like,
Oh,
you know,
gotcha. Okay.
yeah. And then of course, like there were some shows that were translated, like Battle of the Planets, which was like
yeah,
Right. That was
awesome, which
another
was
one we
great,
got.
dubbed.
right?
Yeah,
Like, and then Yamato, which was like Star Blazers, right? Or um and then those would show, but it's kind of weird because they kind of it seemed like a bunch of shows, Japanese shows from the 60s were like translated at the time, like Ultraman and stuff, but then they sort of skipped a bunch of years, and then in
Yeah.
the 70s there were like a couple, but not really that many, and then they released some 70s stuff in the 80s. Like the 80s is really when they started to like kind of like Robotech, like they started to
Right.
do these weird like they Robotech took like
With
three
Harmony Gold
shows.
doing the dubbing.
Yeah, but they took three separate shows and tried to make a continuing story through them and put them
Yeah,
together.
that was so
huh.
Just freaking weird.
sad for me because I really was trying to follow it and I was like, what is going on? I didn't
Yeah,
until later that they're
But
like, no, this is just a thing we did.
of course, it was
yeah,
the drugs and the distractions for Carrie that kept him from
Yeah. Well, before
understanding.
the drugs, it was trauma by
Oh, oh, I see.
Robotech
That's
trauma.
that's too
yeah.
bad. What were you watching, Carrie? And what were you reading when you were little?
Um, I think I liked funny cartoons in comic form. So I was reading Mad Magazine. I loved Artagonis.
Oh, dude, I
And
love I love Mad Magazine too.
yeah,
I mean, not
yeah,
to
that's
like
like I think
interrupt you,
that's
but
like a given for people like us. Like the way
yeah.
we it's like
And my dad loved it, so I got it from my
yeah.
dad.
It's
I
weird.
Oh,
should.
cool.
It's not for me. Like I had issues of mad and I cracked up at them, but like I wasn't a mad kid. Nearly everybody I know was a mad kid.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
crazy.
For
I just
sure.
thought of you as like a basically Harvey
yeah. I thought you
Kurtzman
would.
bad
I
guy.
mean, I'm a Kurtzman fanatic, but that
Yeah,
came later. That came when I was a teenager because
yeah,
Harvey obviously wasn't doing mad by the when I was growing up. It was
that's
all,
true.
it was all Angelo Torres. It's great stuff. I mean, amazing stuff. It's just like it didn't mean as much to me as like Kurt fucking Swan doing Superman,
Yeah.
or Jim Aparo drawing Batman. So I was a weird kid, but now I love it. But I really love the early issues that the early comic book that Harvey did. But what were you reading other
Yeah,
funny
well,
stuff?
when I found a comic book store, I think I was drawn to Gru by Sergio Aragonis. I read
Okay.
Cerebus, which is kind of a cartoony, funny animal book,
Yeah.
a dark, funny animal book,
Right.
and uh, then indies and underground. So like eventually it was like Peter Baggy and or however you pronounce his name, Dan Clowes. I think had it was pre Eight Ball. Lloyd Llewellyn, I
Well,
think.
Llewellyn, yeah.
Yeah. And I like some of the mainstream stuff like Alan Moore stuff and Frank Miller. So yeah. I couldn't quite follow X-Men. I had friends who were into X-Men and they thought I was like a total snob for not getting into it. And I think I could kind of appreciate people like John Byrne, but I didn't fully buy in. I wasn't like, this guy's amazing. But Bill Sienkiewicz blew my mind. I thought he was incredible.
Right.
Um,
Okay.
so that was like kind of like high school, because I
Yeah, I
found
feel
a
like that
comic
was high
store.
school.
What's that?
Because I feel like that was high school. Because I
Yeah,
remember Dark Knight because I have all the original issues like first print. Like
yeah,
because I got them when they first came out. Like that was like freaking mind blowing.
yeah, totally.
Like so
And it
even
was a bit
I
cartoony too.
yeah, I feel like I wasn't even really super comic book guy at that
Yeah,
time, but because I was all like goth, like punk rock dude, but like Dark Knight was like, oh shit, man,
yeah,
I gotta go get this. This is fucking awesome. Yeah,
yeah,
Dark Knight's kind of goth and punk rock, kind of.
it is. It is
Yeah.
actually like
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
It was a bit gothy. Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah.
But it was just really like yeah, I mean, it was like pretty cool, like good. Yeah.
yeah,
And Watchmen too. Like Watchmen was like
right. Yeah.
amazing. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like
What was weird is like I didn't know anybody who had that taste, like all the things we just listed, like Mad Magazine, like Terry Gilliam, Watchmen, like until I got to CalArts, and then I met at least like 10 other people who were into it. Chris
yeah,
Blumer.
yeah.
And then
Yeah.
suddenly it's like that's all you could do. Like all you did was just yap about these things for maybe the first couple of months until we were just yapped out about it. And then we were like, all right, shut up. It's time to
Yeah.
draw.
Well, yeah, yeah, it's crazy because like, yeah, I had to go to Los Angeles. I mean, I met my people here too before I moved to Los
Mhm.
Angeles, but we were like on the outs, because I was a kid at DC Comics and like if you
Mhm.
said you loved Harvey Kurtzman at DC Comics, they'd be like, "Who?"
Yeah,
Because didn't mean
I would
anything. They would
imagine.
know his name, but and they would know he was impressive, but they wouldn't really give a shit, and
Yeah,
they'd want to talk about Bill Sienkiewicz for sure, but not anybody like from, the humor side. And then,
right.
I showed up at Spumco and like
Wow,
people are
that's
like,
amazing.
oh yeah, it was like an entire studio full of people who are like, yeah, Milk Gross is the shit,
Yeah,
and it was
yeah.
like, what the fuck? I mean, it was amazing. It was amazing for me because like I'd never been in like an
But
entire room full.
don't you think the real good artist, like, I mean, or maybe I shouldn't say that,
Let's
but
be honest. All the geniuses love this stuff.
no, I mean, no, what I was gonna say was I kind of get irked when there's like these weird like factions of like artists where it's like, because I feel like we like, especially the guys at Ren and Stimpy in a weird way, like they
Mhm.
kind of just liked everything that was good. Like,
Yeah,
I mean, like we liked Kirby and
yeah,
like
Yeah,
realistic stuff, but we also liked Kurtzman and like
yeah,
Warner Brothers artists. Like I don't think there's like because we would be like, oh, McGinnis is awesome, but then also like, so is freaking, I don't know, Ed Benedict, like
yeah.
right, right,
yeah,
right, right.
because
I mean,
they are both awesome.
they
Like,
are
so
both
why would
awesome,
you
and they're
say
both
like
really
this was
different.
like
Yeah.
good and this wasn't good?
That's a
Like,
good point. There was
Well,
more of a yeah, sorry, go ahead.
no, no, you gotta know. Yeah, you gotta get outside your comfort zone. You gotta investigate a lot of things. I mean,
I feel
one
like
of the
it's so
things.
uneducated to like say one thing as
What's
opposed to
that?
I feel like it's super uneducated to say
Yeah, 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 yeah.
this is like
Exactly.
good.
It's amazing the kind of lines people draw, though. Like I worked for a feature studio. Oh, am I going to reveal the studio?
Absolutely, man. I'm
You don't
Um,
willing.
have to. You don't have to.
where at the beginning it was like, okay, we're doing Ed Benedict, like mid-century modern, Tom Morwood influenced animation style.
Yeah.
And there were guys, it was like school, there were just a different school of thought. They were like, that sounds lame. That's actually bad. Like was
Yeah,
their
they hate that. Yeah.
and I had an office in a hallway, and so these guys who had been at the studio for a long time would walk by and they'd see it like, oh man, you're not doing this Flintstones enough. Oh yeah, it's not. Yeah, and, like they didn't even know Ed Benedict's name. They were just like, not Flintstones enough. Sorry, not going to work. Ha ha ha. And I was like, I didn't. I think I was new at the studio and I wanted to get along with these guys. And I thought for sure there could be a connection of people who just wanted to do quality work, that they could perceive quality no matter what the style is. But I was
Right.
naive.
Yeah.
They weren't interested at all.
That's so depressing to me.
It was.
Yeah.
It was
I mean, I really hate that. Like, I think
yeah.
it's annoying. And it's kind of like, well, is that like, I mean, because at Sony, when we were on Cloudy, like those guys like that were there previously that were on like Surf's Up and like on
Mhm.
open season, even though
Which
they
are
were doing
great.
like,
Those are great
no,
films. Those have great designs. No. Okay.
okay, whatever. No, they're fine. I mean, the fun. No, what I was gonna say, kind of agree with you, is that like it's weird because open season has like pretty like stylized, like flat, like Ivan Earl kind of like backgrounds and stuff.
Yeah,
So
I
Yeah.
thought so.
it's like,
Yeah.
but then
Yeah. I was
those guys
confused. I
were
was like, didn't you
super
guys do this?
snobby.
Yeah.
Those guys were super snobby and like looked down on the Cloudy crew when we came in because we were from TV, and they were like, I remember
Yeah.
them being like really like kind of like some of them actually went like, oh my God, you're doing that? That style's so
Yeah, they
easy.
went out of their
Like,
way to like point it
yeah,
out. It was
yeah,
actually kind of great looking back on it because it makes for great anecdotes,
it
and
does.
it kind of gave us like a sense like, okay, we are definitely like this is going to be different because
Yeah,
they hate us.
yeah,
They don't
yeah.
think we
It's
can
always
do
a good
it,
sign.
and they don't think it's a good idea to do it. And I think it was done. We pulled it off. The movie was a success. Nobody really
It
gives a
was.
fuck about style, really.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's always helpful to have a style that's coherent and works with the material, which is I think what that film had.
Exactly. Well, that's the key to good art direction
Yeah,
anyway.
yeah.
But doesn't
So
really
like to get caught up, it's like very low level conversation to get caught up in like what style is better than another style. It has nothing to do with the outcome
yeah.
or the
Right.
quality of
But what I was going to add this, I don't know if you remember this, Carey, but like I remember there was one guy. I'm not going to say his name because I can't even remember it.
Yeah, don't
But
bother.
yeah, but he was
That's the best
from that
reason.
school. Like he was poo pooing on Cloudy and whatever. And then after Surf's Up or something, like he didn't have anything to go on. So that then and he was literally saying like, "Oh, the style, it's so easy and it's so like
Yeah.
simplistic, blah blah blah, right?" And then I remember like he got put on the Cloudy. He got put on the Cloudy under Justin,
Uh-oh.
and then he was horrible. He couldn't do the style actually. He could
Yeah.
not do the
I saw
style.
that happen a lot. Like they would struggle
And then
and then they would make, the style wrong or Justin wrong. Like this is you're not doing it right because I'm amazing.
yeah.
Uh, and they were kind of ossified in their like the way they did. They weren't interested in expanding in that way, which is interesting.
And
See,
then
I
they would
always
either
thought
get
people in
fired
development would do that.
or they would quit because they were like,
Yeah, they were put on other projects. They forced their way out or they were fired. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And there was like one guy left from the old crew. It was the painter
That's the thing, like, especially like when I was
or
a
director.
kid at DC Comics, like, I was trying to draw humor. I was drawing it badly, let's be clear, but I was trying to draw humor in like this superhero place, which was ridiculous, just absolutely ridiculous on
Unless
my
you're talking about
part.
Megaton Man, which is
But no, I wasn't anywhere near that good. But
uh
but people, when I would kind of say to people like, why are people not responding to my work? It wasn't that it was bad. People would say people here think it's too simple. That anybody
uh
could do that. And the truth is like that shit. I mean, I was bad back then, but drawing simple and drawing humor is like the hardest fucking thing. You have to be badass motherfucker, really, to draw simple.
I mean, that's what some people say about me. I'm not saying it's true.
Well,
A
we
lot of
don't we
people.
don't call you simple to your face, Carey,
Oh,
because
what
we
that
love
way.
you.
Well, I
You know what I
okay.
mean? You know what I'm saying?
No.
So,
You know what I'm saying?
know what I'm
I was
saying?
trying to brag about myself, Steve,
Oh, I see.
As
and you
usual.
roasted me as
A
always.
bad motherfucker.
Um,
You are a bad motherfucker, Carey,
Thanks, Stephen.
and a hell of a human being and a lovely person.
I
Uh,
tried. I
and
tried to
Are
be.
you drunk?
no,
He's
no.
emotive. He's
I'm just
You're
Italian.
very
I'm
emotive.
Italian. I'm very Italian. Let's get down to brass tacks, fellas. Why did you try to kill each other? Um, that's
Ooh. Hormones? I don't know what, what was it.
Yeah. Did we try to
wait,
kill each
you
other?
miss each other like a couple so Carrie was you didn't come to games by the time Chris got to Ren and Stimpy,
Yeah.
right? So you kind of
I
passed.
think we probably had a lot of like quality chemistry that was also volatile. So like a passionate relationship.
Wait, hold on. I'm trying to get like a timeline here. Chris,
Oh,
Chris,
sorry. Okay. I went
you
right into the good
Yeah,
stuff.
you right into
I'm
the
sorry.
passion.
Sorry.
No, so you didn't come to games after Spumco got the
Yeah,
boot.
I tried to stick it out and be broke for a while.
How'd that work?
Not well. John, I guess, tried to help me get jobs, but I think he would also undersell me in a way. I think part of him might not have wanted me to get a job and was mad at me for tanking so badly at times during Ren and Stimpy that I think he would even tell prospective employers like, yeah, it's kind of a fuck up, but yeah, he's looking for a job. I think it was that. I wish you could remember the specifics of this. I might have to take some time to really work it out. But
Okay.
I think there was some great stuff being done. Like Batman was being done.
Yeah.
I think I sent it but my portfolio was like, the wrestlers in the Bob Camp cartoon. It wasn't, it was completely inappropriate. And um, yeah, so it just I think I did some freelance for I'm sorry, not Tiny Toons, Animaniacs,
All
uh,
right.
with Pinky and the Brain, which is fun. I enjoyed that. It was like storyboard cleanup. And but it was like it just a few freelance gigs, and I was just running out of money, couldn't pay rent. So I went to John and I said, "Listen, I think I have to go to games. I think they're the only people who will hire me right now because it's the only thing I do well. It's Ren and Stimpy,
Yeah.
which is probably selling myself a little short. But I mean, also there were probably things that I just wouldn't work on because I knew it would have been misery, like Sonic the Hedgehog or something, which I did. I did a cartoon. I did an ad, some animation cleanup for Sonic the Hedgehog, which was no, it
Well,
wasn't.
ads are different, but
Yeah. Yeah. But and John didn't look up from he was practicing his guitar. So he also wanted to be a rock star. And he didn't look up and he's like, yeah, whatever. And I said, okay, that's weird. It feels like you've changed your tune on that. Like he's like, well, I don't care if you take freelance. And I was like, okay. And so I went and got the full-time job. And I went back to Spumco. He was trying to train us at the time. So he had live models. He was having me break down Harvey Kurtzman, Hey Look comics and copy them. And some people were learning construction. Some people were learning how to ink. I don't know what his plan was, why he gave different people different things to do. But he saw himself as like this is going to be the nucleus for the company going forward, and I'm giving you free lessons, so be fucking grateful and don't go work for the evil bad guys at Nickelodeon and Bob
right.
Camp and everybody. And I went and worked for them, and he was mad, and he came down and told me, "Why don't you get the fuck out of here?" I think I was at the desk that I was near Eleanor Blake, who is also a famous French pop star now.
Right.
Can't remember her name though. What the hell is the pop star name?
April March.
Thank you. Uh, and then he stormed out after he told me to, basically I can get the fuck out of there. I just remember hearing Eleanor because the desks were high. You couldn't really see anybody. I don't think I even knew she was there. I just heard her say, "That was awful." And And that was my last day at Spumco, and then I started to work at games. And I'm sorry if I'm not answering a good question. If that,
No, no, no. I just wanted to establish like that you that but how I'm trying to think like how long it was before you came to games, Chris. I can't really think. Was it
Oh yeah, I
right?
know because we didn't know each other right away. So I came there I think pretty early because when I was there, like I mean I was working on Visit to Anthony, which was like, you
Right.
know, like from Spumco to like
Right.
games.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
like
yeah.
yeah, like
that's a
so
great
like
episode too. Yeah.
yeah, so like I think like I came pretty early,
Yeah.
like I don't know the time, like the timing is weird. Like it just
Yeah, you were
happened.
there before I got there, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Yeah,
And
like
you
that
were
was
doing character
I was
design too.
I was there with like weird with like Brian Sheasley and like
yeah, Brian
um
Sheasley. I haven't thought
remember
of him in a long
like
time.
and Brad Vandergrift and like we like there was like a bunch of and Siobhan Cherry, like
Oh,
Siobhan
right.
like yeah, we were there like yeah, like I don't remember what how that started, but remember like it was like yeah, I don't know.
I don't, that nucleus is that's probably 100% you. And then, but when shortly
Yeah,
after I
you
got there,
weren't there yet, Carey. Yeah.
you and I were sharing an office at some point,
Yeah.
but I don't know if that happened
Yeah,
early
yeah,
on.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it was like Ricardi had this corner office with the balcony and shit, and you,
That,
Chris, were like in this bullpen across from it, sort of. And then
Yeah.
yeah, and like Mike Kim was downstairs or something. But that's
yeah,
I don't have that realization like of you two
actually.
being together like in that bullpen area. It was like Carey showed up and he was in the office with
Yeah,
you.
we
Yeah,
shared
yeah.
an office,
Yeah.
and then I think eventually I just got out into the sort of the bullpen area, and we were a floor below you and Bob Camp and Bill Ray and Jim Gomez, and we were on the floor with
We were
at
with
least
the
at this
editors.
time, because I shared an
We
office
were
with
with
Mike
Mike
Kim for a
Kim.
while.
Yeah, we were
Yeah.
our office, Carey, was like remember right across from Mike Kim's and
Okay,
what's his name? Sperm guy, like the
sperm guy.
yeah, remember like he was like whiting
What?
out, like he was putting white out on all these like photos with like sperm.
Oh,
Erm
Uh
guy.
yeah, what's his name? Ken
Who
Bruce.
what?
Ken Bruce.
Oh,
yeah,
Ken
yeah.
Bruce.
Ken Bruce
And
was like right
He
there
was
with
fun.
Charles Cagle. Ken Bruce and Charles Cagle, and then
Tom McGrath was downstairs too
yeah,
Yeah,
around
because we
there.
were with the
for a while it
editors,
was like,
like Helen and what's his name
yeah,
were like right out there, out in the side, and then the timer guy, who's the guy? Oh, he's super nice. Don Judge, is that his name? The time,
Yeah.
yeah. Uh,
yeah,
he was like in the like right when you came into our area,
yeah.
like right to the left, yeah. Or Ron
Oh,
Hugart. Ron Hugart
yeah,
was there, like yeah,
yeah.
Ronnie
in
Hugard
that
was
room.
downstairs? Really?
Yeah.
I picture him being like next to Bob Camp upstairs, but I don't know. I really
There
don't.
were a lot. I'm
No.
remembering now that like I think I moved to different spaces, and one was actually ground floor,
Yeah,
and
we
that's
kept
when I was
moving
doing
around
my
because I was remember I was up like by Bob's office. Like I was by the Korean guys at one point. It was like
mm,
Larry, me,
yeah,
and then Mark Perry.
and Mark Perry, and
Right.
that was like a
Yeah.
bullpen area that you were in
Yeah.
for a while.
And then the Korean guys
Yeah.
were like on the other side. And then
Oh yeah.
Sherm Cohen was like in the hallway.
Oh my
Remember?
God, poor
Like
shrimp.
like so at
Wait,
some point like we just kept moving around.
how the fuck did you
Yeah.
get on the ground floor, Carrie? I don't even remember. Like that was like a lobby. What
That
like
place. That
Yeah,
place.
but there was an office, and Mike Kim was in that office, and I think I was in there with him. I
ground
spent so much
floor?
time in there because I remember looking at Stimpy's cartoon show on the board for long. Yeah, I was definitely there because
Ground
I
floor.
worked
I
on,
can't even
and
picture it.
Chris was on that floor too, and I did some episodes for him, or I worked on some layouts for him for his
Yeah,
episodes.
Chris and Mike shared an office, right, for a little bit. Like
Yeah,
they were
I
in the
mean, there was
same
like a
office,
kind of a
but they were
big
making
conference
cartoon
room,
show. Like they were
huh?
making Wilbur Cobb cartoon show, like they were
Yeah,
together.
well, Chris actually had an office down the hall, but he was in there a lot because his board was up, and he did a
Yeah,
section,
yeah,
like you said, the Wilbur Cobb
yeah,
section,
yeah, yeah.
and it was like a conference room, and Mike was there, and I was there, and there might have been other people, but I don't remember. Yeah, that was like early on, I want to say. And then I moved upstairs to like where it was like Chris had an office, Mike had an office next to his, and like Don Shank and Tom McGrath were there. And you might have been at the upper floor where,
No, I was right there too. I was
were you
like in this
there?
office with me and Colangelo. We're in this office
Oh
that was
shit.
like,
I feel like we had like 3 or 4 different office spaces.
yeah. I had
So
another
crazy.
office space there. That was like that floor where when Chris Savino
And Lynn Naylor
started.
was there too.
Lynn was there.
Did he
Like,
go there? Did he work there?
yeah, Savino
Savino?
worked there.
Yeah.
And
What?
yeah, and
Yeah.
he was so annoying even back then. He was like fucking
Yeah,
super
he's low key
annoying.
annoying him.
Couldn't fucking stand him even back then. But like, yeah, that's
Yeah.
when I first
Right.
met him. That's when he
Well,
first showed
I
up.
met him. He actually worked in the first at
He worked on
Spumco.
Spumco. Yeah.
Yeah, and he
I mean,
decided
that
they kind of bullied him.
Yeah, that's what I
good,
remember. I remember like I didn't meet him
good.
at Spumco, but
Yeah,
I
all
they
the people
the
to bully, he'd be the one.
my first awareness of him was that everybody was making fun of him at
Yeah,
games, like that he was the one to make fun of by everybody, like Bob
Shit, maybe
Camp,
that turned him into a monster. He's like a serial
maybe
killer.
something
yeah. Maybe we
did.
were the one. It was our fault. But
Yeah,
at one point, he shaved his legs, which at that studio was incredibly like just sort of toxic, masculine, homophobic as it
Oh yeah,
was. So when he
yeah,
shaved his legs, which I think was for bicycling,
yeah.
I think, and so of course he became a target for that. And at one point he was walking down the hallway, and John was just had a group of people he was taking on a tour. They might have been executives. I'm not sure exactly who they were. They could have been from another studio, but they were professional people and Chris walked by and like I think one of the women was commenting on the art on the wall going, "Wow, that's amazing." And he goes, "That's nothing. This guy shaves his legs." Just Chris is walking by. That might have been the final straw. My memory seems to set that up as like that's kind of right
Uh,
before he left.
right.
but I
Yeah.
That
don't know why he came back then. Like he came back, but he came at the end, like before I left, like right before I left.
yeah, he came.
I
He
basically
wasn't.
didn't see him that long, and then
It
he
was.
kind
It
of
doesn't feel like he was there that long, but
yeah.
yeah, it was probably close to the end. I just kind of remember him. I was doing this board. It was one of my last boards
Hmm.
called Egg Yokio, and he was
Oh
kind of
yeah.
around by that point. Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
but I don't remember much of him. So, but at some point, you guys shared an office, and I keep wanting to say one of you kicked the wall in, but I don't know if that's true. You keep telling me that's not true, right, Chris?
Carey
Uh,
kicked the wall in.
Did
Carrie
I?
kicked the wall in. Why did you kick the wall, Carrie?
I don't remember.
No, we
Um,
that wasn't like
it's
we were
probably
mad
all
at
in
each
fun.
other. We were remember we
No, that
used
wasn't
to
a
like
fight. I misunderstood that was a fight. No, I always
No.
understood like he kicked you through the wall, Chris.
no, he
Oh
But
kicked
that's
the
no.
not true.
wall.
That's not true,
No,
apparently.
that's not how I remember things at all. Yeah. There
No,
was a
that's
chair
fine.
thrown though.
There
And
was.
I think
I
that was
threw the
Chris.
chair.
Chris hurled a chair, like a big office,
Yeah, like
Yeah,
like
over
a
your
no, I
head.
mean,
You
chunky.
literally like ducked Carrie and it like flew over
listen,
your head
listen,
and like
listen. It
hit
doesn't
like
have to be, a big chair to be destructive.
Yeah,
You toss furniture, and that's going to break some shit.
yeah.
So, you don't have
and
to
that was
like
in Mike Kim's
qualify the
office.
chair.
That was in Mike Kim's office and everything like
Oh my
fell
God.
like
What the
the
hell were we doing?
I don't know. We were being
Jesus.
so
Oh,
stupid.
we're full of beans back then. But
Yeah.
why did you throw a chair at him?
Yeah, why, Chris? Why?
That
Yeah.
was when you kept kicking me, remember? You kept kicking
Okay.
my leg. And then I was like, dude, quit kicking my leg. And I think we were looking at drawings or we were looking at like Mike Kim's storyboard, like on his desk. And you kept like kicking me and you were like going like this, like kicking me. And I was like, dude, quit kicking me, man. Dude, I'm gonna get mad at you if you keep kicking me. Like, and you kept doing it, like in the same spot too. Like,
What an
and then like,
asshole.
yeah.
Oh my
And then
God.
finally I was like, fuck, dude. What that's like that fucking hurts. And then I was like,
And then the
then I
chair got
got
launched.
mad. Yeah.
And you ruined Mike Kim's
Yeah,
office?
that was like his boombox was on there and
Oh
everything.
my
And I think the whole
God.
thing like fell. And then everybody came running. Remember, Carrie? Like it made such a
Yeah.
huge noise. And then
I think we were probably a little
the
startled.
whole editorial team and everybody out there, Ron Huger, like everybody came
Yeah.
out. They were like, what happened? And then I
Fucking
remember
the
Carrie just
firemen
like,
showed up and the emergency
yeah.
units. I know the cops.
Jesus.
And then Carrie just walked over to the door and he went, slam, and he like slammed the door in their face. It was so funny. And
I
then
was
we just
that
then
guy,
we started
crazy guy.
laughing, and then we like started picking up all the shit. Like we were like,
Yeah, we got it out of our system, whatever that
yeah,
was.
yeah, that was
Well,
like,
that's good. That's
But
good. That
pretty good.
reminds me.
Nothing like a shot of adrenaline
but we were
hit you.
always like talking about like martial arts training and stuff, and
Oh
we were
my
doing
God.
flips off. Like I was like crazy back then. Remember, like I was like jumping off the furniture and
Yeah, you're
shit.
like a
Like,
little
yeah.
like acrobat,
Yeah,
basically.
like, and then Carey did. That's when you kicked, like, you did something because I did one move, and then you were like, "I'm gonna do this," and then like the whole wall just like collapsed
Oh
in,
my
like you
God.
jumped through the wall,
We
right?
were doing
And then
Hong Kong action,
we
basically.
were like, "Oh shit, dude, what are we gonna do?" And then remember, I had a bunch of like fashion magazines, and then I started to cut them up, and we like made this like collage
Oh
thing that was
yeah.
like
Yeah, that sounds
Shawshank.
familiar actually.
It was
Yeah.
like Shawshank Redemption. We were like trying to
Yeah.
cover up the
Oh,
hole.
that so that's how the wall got the hole in it.
Yeah.
That's how the wall like you patched up the kicked in wall. I kind of remember that. I sort of remember
Yeah. And
that. Yeah,
then but it was all sagging in the middle, the
Yeah, it's
collage.
pathetic.
just like the
What the
Shawshank
hell?
Redemption. Sure.
And
Yeah.
then we
How did
got
we
so
even
lucky because they remodeled and then they tore down everything in there anyway.
yeah.
We got so lucky, like they just like were like, "Oh, we're gonna change the layout and like tear down this wall and stuff," and then so we never got in trouble for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
That
know
was
why we're so disrespectful to the interior design of that.
I don't know. That was a cool place because we were so used to abusing that building and that office. But then and then
Yeah.
after that, I went to Film Roman to work with Lynn on the Felix the Cat show, and
Which I worked with you, remember, for a
Yeah.
little bit.
I don't remember that. Were you there?
I was there
Yeah,
briefly too,
both
but
of us
I
were
wasn't in
there.
your unit,
I
unfortunately.
don't remember. I mean, it's all a blur. But anyway, but like there, I would start drawing on the walls, and like I would get like brought into like the managing
Oh,
director's office, and I was explained like, you know, you can't draw on the walls here. It's like I got yelled at for drawing on the
wow.
wall, and
Really?
I was like, well, I don't know. We did it fucking Ren and Stimpy. I thought that's what just the thing that you did. So I don't know if I had to
Yeah.
erase it or paint it or something like that, but I got called out on the carpet for drawing on the walls at Film Roman. And where's Film Roman now? Does that even exist? No.
Yeah. That's probably why too.
So
I don't
there.
I don't
But
even
Cartoon Network allowed it in the hallway and they don't exist either. So
they don't exist
Oh yeah.
either. That's
True.
true.
You
But
can't
then
win.
you guys but then there was a knife attack, right?
what?
Between
Oh.
between you guys?
Well, I mean, I'd like to think that it
Oh,
wasn't serious, but I think at one moment that I kicked Chris indoors. This was not the Sunset Boulevard incident. Uh,
Oh,
that
hold on, I gotta go.
I believe you were winded, Chris, but you could correct me. Maybe it was a leg kick. I'm not sure. But I remember something was expressed in your delivery when you were like, that's like the however many times, seventh time you kicked me, man. And
no,
I'm sorry, I
that's
skipped over. There was I actually, it was, I could see it like it was a film. Like,
the
I could see how
time.
angry you were. And then I looked over, I traced where your eyes had gone. I looked over at a table and there was an X-Acto blade on the table.
Jesus.
And I was like, it was like a neutral shot of the X-Acto blade. And I was like, oh shit. And I said, he's got a knife. Like like that. And then I started to run away and he ran after me. And then I stopped. I might have been cornered. And then I turned around and I said, this is a great time to do this when you're going to die. Chris, I'm your friend. And I think that's Chris, that's when you said, like, you're like, that's the seventh time you've kicked me, man. But he didn't stab me, to his credit. He did not gore me with that X-Acto knife.
Okay. Yeah,
I
because I
like to say that because I could talk him down, but I don't think he would have, actually.
would
I
you?
probably would have.
Do
Probably
you
would
think he
have.
would
Oh,
have?
I totally would have killed you.
Yeah,
No, I don't even remember that.
yeah. Well, you probably blacked out at that point.
I don't remember that at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You-
Well, that's why I brought you two together to sort of figure out the
But it sounds like something we would have done.
it sounds
Yeah,
like you
that did.
guys
I'm very close to 100%. I mean, I can't be totally 100%. That sometimes I have false memories that are completely screwy, but I'm pretty in the 90s that happened. And one of the reasons I could tell it and have a sequence is because I've told the story so many times. And I generally don't make stuff like that up, but who knows? It could have been distorted, you know.
well what happened on Sunset?
We were
what I
out, and
remember.
I think I fainted that I was going to go towards his face, and then I threw a roundhouse kick to the side of Chris's body, which is like
What?
ridiculous.
What are you
Like I'm
talking
not
about?
even. I thought that's what
You were you were
talking
like the
about. Yeah,
king of
and you were
changing the
pissed because like you
stories.
went into the street, right? You didn't.
Yeah,
This
you
is what
just
you were mad.
pushed me into the street. That was it. That was like
Oh,
you
okay.
pushed me into the street,
Maybe I'm
and then
confused. Maybe the roundhouse with the
yeah,
feint was in the building before the exacto. I could have easily mixed those up.
okay, okay,
Okay.
whatever. I don't remember.
Okay.
I pushed you, but now I think I felt I was provoked, whether I was or not, is you know.
No, but that's when I was gonna kill you with the exacto knife because I had the exacto knife in my pocket.
Wait a minute, you have an you're producing an exacto knife. Why would you leave the building with an exacto knife? That doesn't
Because
even
I
sound right.
had it from work. Like I was doing something and then we went to lunch and I
And then you
had it.
say you just put it in your back
Yeah.
pocket?
You
And
put
then
an
you pushed
exacto
me into
knife in your pocket?
traffic. Yeah, you pushed
That's
me into
it.
traffic and then I was like, I got super mad and I was like gonna kill
And then
you.
the knife came out. That's
So
I don't think
I remember that.
yeah,
you shouldn't carry an exacto knife in your pocket because you could hurt yourself or you could rip your pants.
true.
That's true. That's true. But it had a cap on it, so it wasn't
Oh, that's
it had
different.
That's true.
yeah, it wasn't like
I
exposed.
forgot they used to have caps on it. I haven't had a
Do they
cap on
not
my
have them
exacto.
anymore?
I don't
They
know,
had like a
not on my exacto knives because mine are like all like 30 years old. So
yeah.
I lost the caps a long time ago.
Yeah, I mean, probably I shouldn't have had it in my pocket anyway, but like I think
Yeah, because that was fucking Nickelodeon property. You shouldn't be taking that outside of the studio.
it was it. I didn't
Now
work at Nickelodeon.
you're gonna get in trouble now.
I wasn't at the
We
Nickelodeon studio.
we
I was
developed a
in
lot of
with what's his name? The Facts of Life guy on there's a big picture of the Facts of Life guy.
uh,
Conrad Bain.
oh,
Remember?
what you talking about, Willis? Was it that?
Yeah, like remember there was a big old painting of him? It wasn't actually him. It was like
Oh yeah.
whoever the owner of the building was, but he
Holy
looked
shit,
exactly
that's
like him.
right.
Yeah, remember it was like a huge
I forgot about that. The painting of Conrad Bain. Holy shit. That was good times. Well, I mean, anyway, I wanted to like broker some peace between you boys because I really think you should hey,
Bury the hatchet.
there should be yeah. There should be nothing but love.
The auto food came out. Yeah.
Oh, there's the
Chris, I'm
food.
sorry I kicked your leg repeatedly in the same place over and over and over again and
Yeah.
giggled.
I don't even remember. We were like
I'm
wackadoo
waiting for the chair
crazy.
throwing apology, Chris. Come on.
I'm sorry I threw the chair at you
Okay. I
tried to kill you with an exacto knife.
I
But
for,
it
I
sounds
for,
really
I forgive you for both of those.
And we all
sounds really
apologize.
dramatic.
We all apologize to Games Incorporated for breaking walls and to drawing on the
And
walls.
the long defunct games. Was that
Along
just
defunct.
what was
Games.
games? Was games just a part of Nickelodeon? I'm not even sure.
Yeah, it was Nickelodeon before it was Nickelodeon. It was Nickelodeon Studios before it was that's
Yeah,
what
there
I
was no
understood.
there
There
was
was
no
no such thing as
Nickelodeon.
Nickelodeon Studios back then.
Gotcha, gotcha.
That was the kind of
They
the
didn't have the building yet.
egg
Yeah,
of it. Yeah.
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 Huh.
That shit's
Yeah.
crazy.
That's why we weren't at the studio, like because
Yeah.
they didn't have a studio
Because there
yet.
was no studio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then they did Rocco's Modern Life in the Valley. I know that.
Yeah.
I'm not sure exactly where. And Chris Savino worked there too.
Ew.
Um,
God. That guy gets around, man.
Boy, does he get around.
Yeah.
He got
oh dear.
around.
It's
Yeah.
cool how like molester dudes get around.
Yeah.
Yeah. They seem to have
Blackmail dudes.
free
Yeah.
passes these days, which is fucked up.
That guy's not coming back. Let's hope not.
No, but other molesters have free passes these
Yeah,
days.
I know. They're heads of studios.
He could totally join the Trump administration. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I don't
Perfect.
know, man. I don't know. Well, that's a downer. Why don't you say something?
Yeah, we got to pick it up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
say something positive.
What's our last?
We should wrap it up. Uh,
Um,
why don't you could sing a song? You could do a roundhouse kick. maybe.
Do
Chris,
people know that like Carey did a lot of DJing and like, he's good at that. Like
I know he's told some stories to Callie, I've heard.
oh, okay.
Yeah, she grilled him extensively about some things about car windshields and stuff like that. I know.
Um, Not to cut you off, but yeah, I would say that the sort of night, sort of moonlighting as a DJ, and the wildness probably peaked. Uh, I would say in my 20s and then again in my 30s. And I put it away. I put
So
the
you
record
had a second
in the
peak.
closet.
It was like you peaked and
Yeah,
then you had a valley and then you peaked again. That's
yeah,
pretty.
yeah, yeah,
Not only that, usually it happens once for someone, so that's pretty good.
yeah,
That's pretty
yeah.
good, Carrie. We should
I
also
think
mention. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Carrie.
double peak is
It's
what I
two
heard.
peaks.
Double peak.
Double peaks. We should also
Twin
mention
peaks, if you will.
that Chris Mitchell has he's got a store and his gallery. Tell us about that, Chris.
I do. I've had a store for 15 years
Right. What's
called
it called?
Q-Pop.
Where is it?
Q-Pop. It's in Little Tokyo in Los Angeles,
Right.
downtown Los Angeles.
If you're in Los Angeles, go visit Q-Pop.
Come visit, and we have a lot of cool like art toys
Really
and
cool shit.
like artist design stuff, and
Really cool shit.
also art because we've had art shows like for 15 years. So
My
Right.
art is actually hanging on the walls of Q-Pop.
yeah, right now actually we have a
Gotta take a moment to step in and talk about
uh,
myself.
What's the
theme,
show now?
pro wrestling theme show. It's called
Oh, that's
Power
right.
Slam.
Yeah, I couldn't. Yeah, I couldn't
You
muster
could have.
up
That's
any.
totally up your alley. You could have done some
It's not. I
cool.
don't. I'm not into wrestling. I never was never into wrestling.
Come
You
on,
don't have to be
Steve.
into wrestling.
We had this conversation. Like I
I
didn't watch
know, and I
wrestling
was
when I was a
saying like,
kid.
yeah.
No. It wasn't a thing. And then tell us about Lux Humans Gallery.
Yeah, so now I have a new space called Lux Humans, which
Not
is
that far from Q-Pop.
yeah, it's down kind of down the street,
Yeah.
but it's more of like a proper gallery space, I
Yeah.
guess.
That's a nice
And
place.
yeah, and we're kind of doing more like workshops and classes and some more like some cool events and stuff like that too.
Community
In
stuff.
addition to yeah, the community stuff, in addition to like exhibitions and whatnot.
Right.
So, and that's yeah, I mean both are on Instagram, I guess. You guys could follow Q Pop Shop on
Oh, I'll get
Ooh,
it.
Instagram and
Okay.
Lux Humans
if you're
LA.
not following
Yeah.
those shops, and I'm sorry, gallery and shop,
Yeah, you
what are you
can.
doing? What are you even doing?
What are you even doing?
Why are you even here? What good are you, really? And Chris, you're still teaching at Cal Arts, right?
I am, yes.
Carrie, are you teaching?
No, I do like to guest teach.
Okay.
Just to,
Yeah,
like be
I'm
like
trying to get Carey to come.
So if anybody
yeah.
needs a guest to teach, they
Anybody
can.
want like I like being a guest.
Carrie's a good
And
guest.
I'm a great guest.
He always he cleans up after himself,
Well, I mean, let's not uh
somewhat. Somewhat.
I like free food. I'm totally like and cook if you want to give me cookies, that works too.
Okay.
Uh yeah. And then we're good. Yeah. No, I
Yeah.
love teaching. I don't have a regular teaching gig, but I do really enjoy it when I do it. So
Okay. Gotcha.
putting it out there.
Into the universe. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good. That's
I'm
good.
available. I'm really available.
Do you guys have any, are you planning to make any New Year's resolutions for the new year? Because we're at the end of the
No.
year here.
What
No?
the
That's
hell?
not a thing? You don't do
Come
that
on,
shit?
man.
I don't either. I don't either. I just ask. It's a thing to
Come
ask.
on, man.
Oh, it's true. It's a very
Why are you
very
putting us on the
podcasty.
spot here? Come on.
Well, I mean, I asked the hard questions. I already told
You
Carrie
did.
that. I
Yeah,
mean,
it's true.
it's hard hitting journalism. That's all.
Yeah. We get that you're from New York. So,
Yeah, I'm from New York. I am from New York. Yeah, you guys should visit.
yeah, I'd
I've
Yeah.
like
never
to.
seen you out here, Carrie. Did I?
Yeah, you shit. I was there, but I don't yeah, you didn't see me.
I must have lost
But I
you in
was
the
there right
crowd.
behind you.
But I was there. I thought we like exchanged something. some kind of communication about that, but maybe I'm wrong.
Fluids.
Maybe.
Oh, it could have been.
Could have been.
Maybe might have been some
Ash.
fluids through the mail.
Oh, whoa. Yeah, I would
Whoa,
love to go
whoa,
out there and visit
whoa,
you, and like maybe
whoa.
we'll go on like a museum jaunt or something. I don't know if that's the thing you do, or is that too nerdy?
That's too nerdy. I'm
You
not.
too cool for that?
I won't go to a museum with you. I'll
Okay.
yeah. I'm sorry, but you should
I will.
you boys, yeah, Chris will. And I'll do it with Chris, but I won't do it with you, Carey. I'm
Oh
not.
no, I get it. I
I'm
get it.
not going to a fucking museum with you. But you boys should visit. I mean, I visit you. I come out there sometimes. I mean, I wasn't for like 6 or 7 years, but I did
Yeah,
finally this past
yeah.
year.
At long last.
At long last. I know it's sort of it's the place I belong. I just refuse to go.
Yeah,
I know.
true. I don't know. Is it the place you belong? I
Nah,
guess when it gets cold in New York, maybe.
no, it's just like that's where the business is, and I don't, that's not where
Oh,
I live.
gotcha.
So, and which is kind of stupid on my part, but
But that's changing. There might be no business, so then you're like good.
Yeah, you're way
yeah.
ahead of the game.
Yeah, I
You're
know.
ahead of
I
the
know.
game.
I've
See.
been ahead of the game for a while. I know. I might have been the downfall of the industry. Who knows? I might have
People
started
are like,
that.
hey, let's do what Steven's doing.
Right.
Right. And they're like, well, I guess there's nobody here, so let's just get some AIs to make everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Fucking AIs. Yeah. I don't know. I
Hate
don't
those
know.
guys. So I'm so racist against AIs.
Oh my God, that's terrible.
Chris is AI
It's good of you to admit it, though.
phobic.
The race of artificial intelligence. I
Yeah.
am against.
He'll probably be considered a race sometime soon. I mean, I don't know. It's crazy.
Oh no,
That's fucked up shit. But
that's some
anyway,
fucked up shit.
I know it's some fucked up shit. It's a good place to end on some fucked up shit.
Okay.
That's
On that
appropriate
note,
that's
I know we
appropriate
were
for
supposed to be
us.
getting positive, and we got apocalyptic.
That's
What happened?
appropriate for us. Oh, I was
Yeah.
there. I was there a couple months ago, and we all met at the smokehouse, but Chris didn't come.
Oh, that's right. I remember. Chris didn't make it.
Chris didn't
because
make
I
it.
got this spot. I got the space that I have to. I'm the only employee. I got to be
He's the
here.
only employee.
Oh, he's busy. Chris was busy. Couldn't come out and meet us.
Chris was too busy.
No, I wanted to come and meet you guys. That would
He
have
wanted
been
to
fun.
come. I went out to see him.
As
So
long as Howard Baker wasn't there.
Wow. Wow.
Oh, this is gonna air.
no, Howard
Woo!
Baker wasn't
You
there.
love Howard. What's that?
Howard Baker wasn't there that I recall. I didn't see
No, he
him.
was not there.
Did you see him, Carey? I don't recall seeing him there.
I don't recall seeing a Howard Baker.
No, one Howard Baker. There might have been a Howard, but it wasn't Howard Baker.
True.
Howard E. Baker.
Howard E. Baker. Oh, there was a Howard Baker, but it wasn't Howard E. Baker.
Oh.
Was it Howard F. Baker?
Yeah. He's a good guy.
Okay, let's okay.
Listen.
But anyway,
Okay.
Let's end on a high note. That's it. That's the
I
high
would have
note.
loved to have been. I would have loved to have seen everybody. Yeah.
Yeah, we missed you.
Ah.
Yeah. It was nice to see everybody. It's like the last
I'm-
time we had a reunion, it was like 15 years ago or something, and there was a huge shit ton of people. And Riccardi was still alive, and Lynn came,
Oh my God.
and Mark Colangelo was there, and then that was the Cat and the Fiddle when the Cat and the Fiddle still exists.
Yeah, I went. I went. to
Charlie
that.
came. Yeah, you
Remember, I
came. And
I did
then
go to that. Yeah, I
and
was
this
worried I
time,
wasn't.
like, we put the word out. We barely put the word out because nobody knows how to put the word out anymore. And like 6 people showed up. And thankfully, like some girlfriends came along as well and boyfriends and shit. So like there was a bigger table.
If those boyfriends and girlfriends hadn't come out, it would have been a pretty
That's because of you. That's because if you text like the big shots, like Charlie and stuff, they think you're like trying to get a job from them, so they like totally ghost you. Like they don't even write back.
I was trying to get a job.
I mean, to be fair, that's exactly what that was. It was
Yeah.
That's exactly.
Charlie, please give us a job.
Yeah.
No,
Ren and
I wanted
Stimpy
to,
reunion meetup.
no,
Yeah.
I wanted to see everyone, but I was also looking for a job. It was twofold.
No, I
It was
know.
twofold.
I'm
And did
just
I get a
kidding.
job? No.
I'm just kidding, and I'm not kidding because like just everybody's been ghosting everybody.
I know everybody's ghosting
yeah.
everybody.
I
Yeah.
ghost myself.
I'm not even.
That's rude, Carey. You shouldn't
No,
do
that's
that.
I apologize. I apologize for that.
You guys have known each other for so long, you and yourself.
You've been close.
True.
But
That
we-
and the leg kicks were too much.
Yeah.
Fail.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to stop the recording.
Okay.
Okay.
But
I love you
also,
guys.
wait,
Yeah, I love you
don't
guys.
no, I don't.
Are we
I
gonna
don't
have a
love you.
post actual conversation? The
I don't.
real conversation?
What? What
I
about
said, are
what?
we gonna talk when you stop
Yeah,
recording?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
You have like
yeah.
a candid man to man?
Yeah, we're gonna use all kinds of four-letter words after this.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm gonna stop the recording now.
Okay.
Okay, all right.
Bye.
Don't
Bye.
go. Bye,
Oh,
everyone. Stay. Don't you
bye.
guys go away. Bye. Wait, hold on. Shit. Talk. Hold on.
Oh, we're
Okay.
fucked.
Okay. Stop. Stop.